Alright, this lesson is all about simple file sharing in probably the simplest format in Moodle, where you place the file, or link to the file that is, directly on the main page. First thing as always, go ahead and turn your editing on. Once that's on, as a teacher, you'll see these different menus. And for us, we want to add a resource and add a file or files. Now remember to add it in the area you want it. So for our case, we want it underneath Unit 1. So I'll choose this menu right underneath Unit 1. Once it comes up, we have this different dialog. The max size will vary according to your Moodle, so talk to your admin about that. But here you can choose your folder. When you look right here, I have basically no folders to upload to. And I could throw some files up there, but over time it'd become very unorganized because everything would just be grouped together. So your best bet is to click on Manage Files so you can create a folder before you send anything up. Now here we are. We would see a list of folders here, nothing there, so I'm going to go ahead and make a folder. In this case, we'll call it Unit 1 Review and create. So there's my folder, all good to go, and hit OK. So at this point, you now see Unit 1 Review as a drop-down, and just click on it to choose it. I can then go to Browse and select a file, or files. Just click and drag, click everything you want, and open. And there you can see it gives my file size, the name, and progress. Now nothing's happening just yet, it's just kind of telling me what it's ready to upload. Everything looks good. Hit save and return to course. So things will load, everything's happy. Hit OK. And here we are back at the course. And as you can see, our two files right away are now uploaded. They're accessible to students. And the nice part is it'll make a link directly to them on the main page. If I turn my editing off, this is what it looks like from a student perspective. If they were to click on Exam 1 Review Guide, it would automatically download the file for them. And assuming the student has Reader or Acrobat, the file would open right up in their browser. Now, Adobe PDFs pretty much are your best bets. It's still universal, and the program to open them is free and compatible with just about any computer out there. In this format, you can save it directly to the kid's USB or computer. They can print it, etc. And it also keeps the file size quite small. So overall, just a good deal. Now, you also notice I have an MP3. If the kid clicks on the MP3, there's actually a flash player within Moodle. So if they play it, Review for Unit 1, Chapter 1, you hear it directly in the website. So no need to really download or anything, it just streams from the site itself. So pretty nice deal. One thing to keep in mind when you do this, there's sort of a front side and a back side to files within Moodle, similar to any other website. This is our front page. These are not the actual files, these are links to the files. You can think of them sort of like shortcuts in a Windows interface. So if I was to turn my editing back on, and I delete these, what I'm really deleting is sort of the link or the shortcut to them. Now that's fine and all as far as students not accessing it on the front page, but in Moodle, your back files are also accessible. So if a student was to come in and click on Files, he or she could go into Unit 1 Review and still find those two files. So keep that in mind. Just use delete off the front page. You're not deleting the actual file itself, you're just deleting a link to it. If you want to get rid of them completely, you have to check mark them and delete completely. And from there, we can confirm, and now it's totally clean. So this is a pretty easy way to just throw some files up there. It'll make a link to each file. So for navigation-wise, I pretty much use it for the most important files I need to get the students to find that's not buried. But if you're dealing with 5, 10, 15 files, you're going to fill up your page pretty quickly. So you might want to consider using the directory setup for that instead.